it's Mariko, aka Gamerwife of Gamerwife.com, and I am back with another favorites video. Oh my goodness, can you believe summer is almost over? I can't. I cannot. I don't want to. Don't make me. But yes, we are nearly at the end of August. I will be finishing off the month in style down in Seattle for PAX Prime. So if you guys are going to be down there, shoot me a line. I'd love to say hi to you or look around for me. I'm going to be trolling around a couple of days in my Delson Row cosplay. Otherwise, I will be a panelist on the Gatekeeping in our Digital Fantasies panel, which is on the Sunday night at 8:30. We'd love it if you guys could come out. We really need all the support we can get. So if you're going to be over at PAX Prime, consider coming over to the panel. It's going to be really fun and interactive, and we're hoping to generate some great conversation. So I look forward to seeing some of you guys there. So I'm just gonna jump in with the favorites. I don't have a ton of stuff this month, but everything on my list is things that I really, comment on dit en français, c'est vraiment mes coups de cœur. Like, these are really like the items that have won my heart for this month. So we're gonna start things off with my favorite fashion item for this month. And my favorite fashion item is this amazing scoop-necked Wonder Woman t-shirt. Let's get a good shot of that. I picked this up at Walmart kind of on a whim. I was there buying I don't even know what, and I just saw it and it was cheap. And I've been needing some more things to kind of spruce up my wardrobe. My weight's been fluctuating up and down. I've just been feeling kind of dumpy and not as cute as I'd like to. And so I picked up a couple of cheap items to kind of freshen things up and, you know, make me feel, I don't know, proud and like an Amazon warrior. And this shirt totally does that. It's super fun. It's got kind of a nice, almost, what do they call it? This shirt is really fun. It has a great kind of tunic style, and then the scoop neck, the really deep scoop neck, which kind of makes it a little jaunty on the shoulders, kind of gives it a little 80s vibe, and the great big full face, kind of almost Liechtenstein, print is just super fun. I love the bright colors. I love the cut. I'm in love with this t-shirt, and it was super cheap too. It was like 15 bucks. So Wonder Woman t-shirt, you're my favorite. Next up, staying with the whole like fashion and beauty tip, I have a new favorite lip gloss, lip balm. I tend to really stick to one thing with my lip balms. I'm a Burt's Bees girl, and I'm really sensitive to things that are too drying or too medicated, that kind of thing. But this vegan lip gloss from the Lip Glossary is really nice. It's vegan, so there's no beeswax in it. There's also no shea butter, which I find sometimes gives things a weird scent. But this is actually made with mango butter. And it smells exactly like Asian pear, just like it says. Yeah, it's called the Light Asian Pear Lip Balm. And as someone who grew up eating Asian pears, or we used to call them apple pears, I don't know if that's the right name for them, but it totally brings me back to my childhood eating Asian pears. And I noticed on the Etsy store for the Lip Glossary that she also does a Japanese pear and ginseng moisturizing lotion. Yeah, so I'm always looking for, you know, great natural skin products, and I'm really excited to check out more of what the Lip Glossary has to offer. So, Lip Glossary Light Asian Pear Lip Balm, you're my favorite. Next, we're going to go ahead and get into entertainment. So I have a few entertainment favorites this month, but my first one I'm going to talk about is this book, Fangirl, by Rainbow Rowell. And I'm pretty sure almost all of you watching this have already read it or are in the middle of reading it, like me, for the My Life as a Teacup novelty book club. I've never joined a book club before, and I actually have yet to participate in any of the book club discussions. But one of my goals for this year was to start reading more. I did an English lit degree. I loved reading as a kid, but in my 20s and 30s I find it really hard to find time to sit down and read a book. And so I've kind of been slowly trying to get back into it, reading more like young adult fiction and kind of lighter things, or things that I know that I'm going to breeze through. I do still read a lot of nonfiction books, in addition to my comic books and things, but you know, I really wanted to make a goal to read more novels this year, and so I figured by joining the Novelty Online Book Club it'd be a good way, and the books all seem like things that I would really enjoy reading. And so I went out and I picked up a copy of Fangirl so that I could follow along, and I'm loving it so far. Basically it's about this girl named Kath who has a twin sister, and they go to college, and they start going in very, very different directions. And, you know, whereas her sister Ren is very outgoing and wants to make lots of new friends, Kath is, you know, a classic introvert. She has a lot of social anxiety. And the way that Rowell captures those paralyzing feelings of anxiety just really, really hit home. Like, there was something so that I could identify with so deeply. I think a lot of people can. Anyone who suffered from even just like a minor bout of social anxiety, I think, can really relate to this story. And on top of that, it's really fun. There's a lot of humor in it. And the title Fangirl comes from the fact that the main character writes fan fiction, is sort of internet famous. And I really loved all of the bits in the book about the fictionalized version of Harry Potter in the story called Simon Snow, and it kind of made me think that maybe I should go back and read Harry Potter, finally. Yeah, don't judge me. So, Fangirl, you're my favorite. So, my other entertainment picks for this month, I have 2 Netflix picks for you. As I might have mentioned before, Rick and I don't have cable, so most of our entertainment is online or through Netflix. And I am a total binge watcher. Like, if I find something I like I won't even last the weekend. Like, that's it. Say goodbye. I'm watching my show. Come to me after 22 episodes. Maybe I'll talk to you. So my first kind of coup de cœur for this month on Netflix is The Mindy Project. And I know a lot of you probably been watching it on cable, or, you know, when it airs on TV, but I had to wait for it to come on Netflix, and I kind of avoided it for a while. One of my friends said it was kind of cringe humor, and, you know, I do like awkward humor, but if it gets too awkward, like The British Office, I usually end up watching it kind of like this, just because I can't deal with how just like awkward and cringing some of the moments are. And I'll admit that there were times that I really wanted to punch the main character in the face. Like, she's kind of superficial and silly, and she loves romantic comedies without irony, which is nice, but is so not me. But I found myself really, really getting sucked into the show, and I blew through all 2 seasons in a single weekend. Like, I could not get enough. I had to see how it ended. I'm so excited for season 3. I can't wait to see the directions that they take the characters in. And again, it's one of those shows where you really feel like the characters could be your friends, or like, you know, when you're not watching them on TV, you kind of miss them, like they're your friends. So, The Mindy Project, you're definitely my favorite. My second Netflix favorite for this month was something I just finished watching. It's a pretty it's a pretty short show. It's a British show. It was done for the BBC called Ripper Street. And again, a lot of you guys are probably already familiar with this, but I'm playing catch up, so just, you know, bear with me. But basically, the best way I can describe it is as a police procedural set in Victorian London 6 months after the Jack the Ripper murders. And so it basically takes a mostly fictionalized police department in Whitechapel, which is where the Jack the Ripper murders took place, which is one of like the roughest, ugliest parts of London at the time. And yeah, I mean, there are through storylines that carry through the entire season with the backstories of a bunch of characters. There's an American Pinkerton, and tons of people from Game of Thrones show up on the show. Jorah Mormont was on there. The guy who plays Bran is one of the main characters. Hodor even showed up at one point. So if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, definitely worth checking out. If you're a fan of Sherlock, you should definitely be checking this out. It's, you know, really plays on the whole birth of the detective era that was happening in Victorian England, which is really super cool and fun. And there's lots of fun sort of historical details. Most of the plots deal with kind of the hot button topics of the era, like bombings and union breakers and that kind of thing. Ripper Street, you're definitely a favorite, and I just found out it got picked up for a second series, so I'll be looking forward to that in the future. So I have one more entertainment favorite to share with you guys, and then I'm gonna share a foodie secret with you, or a foodie favorite, moreover, and then I'm gonna share a little life hack DIY tutorial for you, so I'm really looking forward to that. So my last entertainment favorite for the month is Disco Zoo. And I've talked about this before on the blog. Basically, Disco Zoo is a mobile game by Nimblebit. They're the guys who did Tiny Tower, and they also did Tiny Trains or something like that. But basically, Disco Zoo is like a cross between puzzle games and sim games, but like super, super, super simplified. And so the goal of the game is to go on little missions and rescue animals and put them in your zoo, and then the more animals you have in your zoo, the more money it generates so that you can go on more missions and get more animals. And so the way that you do these missions is by solving little, almost kind of Minesweeper style puzzles where you're picking out areas in a little grid, and you have to memorize the patterns for the different animals to find them. And then you get statues, and there's hats now, and they did another update where you can go to space and get space animals, and they added a new currency. And basically, I found this game, I started playing it, Rick found the game, he started playing it, and we got super, super, super competitive until I kind of got bored. And then he just went bonkers and like finished the game. He still plays just to hoard money waiting for the next update. And so after him telling me about the update, I finally jumped back on the bandwagon and started collecting all the new animals and hats and things, and I am totally hooked. I'm about 4 sewer turtles away from maxing out my zoo in anticipation of the next update. So if you can't get a hold of me, I'm probably playing Disco Zoo. And now for my foodie favorite. I didn't have any favorite flavored water combinations this month. I kind of fell off the whole flavored water bandwagon, but I have some really nice rosemary waiting for me in my herb garden. So I'm looking for a nice either fruit or herb to mix with that for a new flavored water combo. So if you have any suggestions of what might blend nicely with rosemary, I was thinking maybe pineapple. It's a little out there, but you know, it could be interesting. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, let me know on the blog. And finally, my food favorite is cherries. It's absolutely one of my favorite things about late summer is cherries and peaches. And well, I don't have access to my beloved Okanagan peaches this year since I'm on the wrong coast. I have been able to find some excellent cherries out here. And I've just been gobbling them up like nobody's business. Like I eat them like candy in front of the TV. Like they're perfect and sweet and just really fulfilling. Like it's not like some small fruits are too squishy and they're not as satisfying, but I find cherries really satisfying, and it's the perfect time of year, so they're perfectly sweet. And I've been making little breakfast parfait bowls using my cherries and a little dollop of vegan yogurt, plain vegan yogurt, a drizzle of agave, and then I'll throw on a little bit of milled flaxseed, which gives some omega-3s and some fiber, and so it makes it into more of a rounded little breakfast treat. But I absolutely love them. And one thing that I especially love is this great trick that my sister taught me for pitting your cherries. Instead of, if you don't have an actual cherry pitter, all you need is a beer bottle and a chopstick. And I'm going to show you what to do in just a sec. So as promised, here's my super simple life hack for pitting cherries if you don't have a cherry pitter. So what you're going to need is a regular beer bottle or any kind of bottle with a relatively wide opening, not too big, a ordinary chopstick, just the disposable ones you get from your sushi takeout are fine, and a cherry. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the stem off your cherry, and then with that side down, you're going to put it at the mouth of your beer bottle, and with your chopstick, try to use the wide end if you can. You're just going to go right through the middle of the cherry, so kind of gripping it. Hope this doesn't look too obscene. And go all the way down, and voila! No more pit! So that's all of my favorites for the month. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really having so much fun making these videos, and knowing that you guys enjoy them just makes it even more fun. So if you do like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, come follow me on Twitter. I'm at Gamerwife blog, and you can also visit the blog for all the links to all of the stuff that I mentioned in this video at gamerwife.com. Bye!